Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Sole Drop, and this is my performance review of the Jordan Zion 3 SE or the Jordan Zion 3 Special Edition. And this definitely is the special edition to the regular Zion 3 because this shoe is using a drop-in midsole with a full-length zoom unit, which is absolutely amazing. They haven't done that since like the LeBron 11, you know? I guess besides the Kobe 11, which when you Nike ID'd it. I can't really think of any other shoe that you could do that, you know, with a full-length zoom unit, you know? So I love that, but how does the shoe overall perform? We'll have to see on that. But they also did increase the price for the special edition. This shoe retails for $150, which is pretty dang expensive. So is it worth the price? Is it a good performer? Let's find out right now. And if you guys do want to cop, I try to leave an affiliate link in the description box for both the Zion 3 and also the Zion 3 SE. And if you do choose to get either of these shoes, it does help me out if you buy it through the affiliate link in the description box or the products that are either in the corners or the product picture underneath this video. So thank you guys as always for all of the support, but let's get it started right off with the Tracciones, and it is dog doo-doo. It is hot garbage. It's terrible, right? I don't know what they did. Like for example, like in this shoe, the Zion 3, it was actually pretty nice. You know what I mean? Maybe it's because it's switched. This is solid here and this is translucent. I don't know. And also I did play in both of these at the same time, right? I mean, obviously the regular Zion 3 wasn't great for traction either on dust, but when it was clean, I had a good bite, you know what I mean? But here in the SE, even if there was a little bit of dust, just a tiny bit of dust, it would be sliding out like crazy, guys. And I was testing a lot of shoes with the Zion 3 SE, right? So like I was playing in the Wade Flash, which has amazing traction. I was playing in the Kai 1, the Kawhi 4, and also like the Big 3 Future, which also does pick up dust, but it wasn't as bad as the SE, right? So if you're playing on an immaculate court, really clean court, then this is really like pretty dang nice. It has a nice stop, but once you add a little bit of dust into the equation, I was just sliding out like crazy. And it picks up dust really fast, right? Once I really got in there and wiped off all the dust, I had like 2 good stops. And it would pick up dust like crazy. And then I would start sliding around a good amount, right? So, and also it did need to break in a little bit. Once I did break it in, it got a little bit better on dust, but it's still like pretty dang bad. You know what I mean? So, maybe it's because of the translucent here in the forefoot, right? And you're putting a lot of force. You know, when you're playing, you're putting a lot of force. You're on your toes most of the time. So maybe that's why. I don't know, but it was a little bit worse than this colorway that I had, you know? So there's that. If you're playing on an outdoor court though, you should be fine. The rubber is hard. You do have herringbone as well. You have a lot of grooves, so you should be fine. But traction definitely was not that good. So yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? Like if it's bad traction, I already don't like the shoe, you know what I mean? So there's that. Moving on to the heel to toe transition, also it's freaking clunky. Look at this. And that's one thing that I really don't like that companies do a lot, you know what I mean? So for example, like the Kobe 9, it's just all plastic, you know, so it doesn't compress at all, right? Which isn't a huge deal because, you know, you have a nice drop-in midsole, but if you make it all rubber, it's just super clunky, you know? Like if you're doing heel dominant strides, it's a clunker here in the heel, you know? And it was the same thing here in the Zion 3, but it's lighter, which we'll get into, right? So yeah, I mean, it does have a little bit of a curved shape, like a rounded shape, so it's not terrible, but it does definitely feel clunky in the heel. And then in the forefoot, you got a crazy curved shape, which I do like, you know? So once you kind of get over the clunky heel, it's kind of smooth here in the forefoot, right? And also, it is pretty dang flexible. It's extremely easy to flex here in the forefoot, but I would actually say the Zion 3 is easier because probably the material. This is a textile. Here in the SE, the special edition is nubuck. So maybe because of that, it's a little bit stiffer. I'm not 100% sure, but it does feel a little bit stiffer in the forefoot. So yeah, it's not the smoothest heel to toe transition. It does have good torsion support though. It's extremely stiff here in the midfoot. Here for the regular Zion 3. same thing. I would actually say the Zion 3 SE is a little bit stiffer, right? So there's that. Moving on to the cushioning setup, which is my favorite part about this shoe because it has that full-length zoom meter, right? So as far as the court feel goes, the court feel is pretty nice. It's not amazing, however, and then obviously it's super duper bouncy. You feel extremely bouncy. Impact protection is great. Step-in comfort and underfoot cushion is absolutely amazing. Overall impact protection is great. So I did like that, but of course, one thing I don't like is the clunky heel. I wish they would have put foam here instead of all this plastic. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing I didn't like about the cushioning setup. Like I said, it's not a deal breaker, you know what I mean? But it's definitely something that I would like changed, you know what I mean? Like, for example, the Kobe 9 is stiff, but going on to the Kobe 8, they have actually like foam on the outside of the shoe, even though it is using a drop-in. So it's actually a lot smoother for heel to toe transition. So yeah, there is the cushioning setup there, and honestly, it does feel pretty dang nice, but it's not that much of an upgrade from the Zion 3 because it has a bottom-loaded zoom unit here in the forefoot, which is nice and bouncy, and Formula 23, which is also nice and bouncy. You have nice compression here in the heel as well, so it's not that big of an upgrade. You know what I mean? But it's still extremely nice here in the SE. And now moving on to the upper, I really dislike this material. You know what I mean? The quality isn't that good. It is a nubuck material, but just for my personal preference, I like this textile. This textile actually is pretty dang nice. It's soft, it's thin, it's still supportive. And in my personal opinion, the SE with this nubuck is just overkill, you know, and it's just it like once you break it in, it doesn't get like that much softer either, you know. It's still kind of stiff. I mean, obviously if you want the most supportive upper material, then this is great, but I feel like for most people this textile is going to be good enough for most people, you know what I mean? And obviously we have the addition of the midfoot strap, which does really crank down in the midfoot if you want that extra lockdown feel in the midfoot. But honestly, for me, like, the laces were good enough, you know what I mean? I didn't really need extra lockdown, you know? For the tongue, we have pretty minimal padding. It's not super comfortable, and it's also like a half-booted construction tongue, giving you a better overall one-to-one fit. And we also do have kind of like Achilles pads, kind of, but it's more like on the side, so I guess like ankle bone pads, but it doesn't go over the ankle bone, you know what I mean? And it's pretty much the same exact kind of pads as the regular Zion 3. So overall, I definitely think this is a downgrade. It's stiffer, it's heavier, it's a little bit bulkier as well. Yeah, so I didn't really like the material, right? So there's that. Moving on to the fit. So I went up half a size, and this shoe is freaking narrow and freaking snug, guys. And I don't know what it is. I think it's because of the nubuck material, right? For example, in the regular Zion 3, I went up half a size as well, and because of this textile, it's not as annoying, you know what I mean? Because there's a little bit more forgiveness in the upper, you know, and since it's still really snug and really narrow, it's like pretty much the same exact fit, you know what I mean? But because of the textile material, I didn't really mind it as much. But with this nubuck, it's just squeezing the hell out of my pinky toe, and it's just really uncomfortable, and I don't like it, you know. And it was pretty hard to play in, you know. So it's clunky, it's heavy, it's bulky with the material and strap over the midfoot, and it's really uncomfortable as far as the width goes, you know what I mean? So, and that's me going up half a size. If I went true to size, I definitely don't think I could have played in this at all, you know what I mean? It's really snug here in the toe box as well. So if you want like a still normal fit, I guess go up a full size, right? If you have a really skinny foot, I still don't think you should go true to size. I feel like you should go up half a size, you know? And for most people, probably go up a full size, because this is just, it's crazy, you know what I mean? But the length obviously is gonna be long. So I don't know, the fit kind of just sucks in this shoe, you know what I mean? Like I said, it was a lot more forgiving with this textile material in the regular Zion 3, but with this nubuck, I definitely did not like it. And it hurt my foot as well. So yeah, the fit kind of sucked, you know? And now moving on to the support and lockdown, this is a really supportive shoe. So that's good, I guess, you know, but it's overkill for me personally, and I think it's overkill for most people, you know what I mean? Like just your average Joe that's going to like 24 Hour Fitness, LA Fitness, which is me, and which is a lot of other people. So yeah, if you're looking for really good support, like especially lateral containment, you're good to go. You know, this it's just really stiff here in the forefoot. We have this midfoot strap, and also we have all this plastic coming up, especially here in the midfoot and also here in the heel. And there's an internal TPU heel counter, it feels like. So yeah, your foot is not coming out of the footbed at all, right? Also, lateral stability is, you're gonna be good to go. We have a crazy outrigger. It's a wide base, so lateral stability is good as well. And overall lockdown is really good too. You have this midfoot strap, your foot is locked into the shoe. You're gonna be good to go, right? I didn't really experience like any type of heel slippage or anything, so yeah, supporting lockdown, you're gonna be good to go. But of course, the weight, also the special edition, is freaking heavy. This shoe is really heavy and really bulky and clunky feeling, right? So this shoe is 14.5 ounces, which is, I mean, it's still lighter than like the Harden Volume 8 and also the AE1, but it's just, it feels stiffer, feels clunkier, especially in the heel, and just like the overall shoe, because of the nubuck material and all this like plastic and stuff, it just does not feel great, you know? And also the traction being booty is, you don't feel very quick, you know? So 14.5 ounces, let's check the other shoe. Yeah, 14.55 ounces, so yeah, does not feel good. The regular Zion 3 is a lot lighter, coming in at 12.45 ounces. That's average weight, right? So yeah, the Zion 3 definitely feels a lot better. It's a lot more forgiving for the fit, which it wasn't as uncomfortable. The cushion is also almost just as bouncy. The traction also is a little bit better for me, especially on dust, and support is just as good. And just not as like bulky feeling because it doesn't have that midfoot strap, and the material is a lot softer, you know? So yeah, I really didn't like the SE. It felt really not good. It's heavier, it's bulkier, it's clunkier, you know what I mean? So there's that. Also, ventilation sucks. This textile material has, it's not the best for ventilation, but it's not super hot. But with this nubuck and also with this midfoot strap here in the midfoot, it's hot. So there's that. Aesthetically, I mean, it's like the same as the regular Zion 3, besides I guess the strap, and there's also another colorway. It's like this flat purple color, which I think looks pretty cool, but yeah, I guess the overall design is not bad. So there's that. And now wrapping things up, yeah, don't get the special edition, guys. I really dislike playing the shoe. If anything, just get the regular version. It's on sale, it's a lot cheaper. I saw some pairs going for like 80-90 bucks. And yeah, I actually enjoyed playing the Zion 3, you know what I mean? There are better shoes out there in my personal opinion, but the Zion 3, I definitely didn't mind playing the shoe. Like, it was actually pretty nice, besides if it was really dusty, right? But the SE, it's more expensive. The only thing I liked about it was the cushioning setup, and like I said, it's not even that much better than the regular version. And also, it's just clunky. It's still clunky. So yeah, this is just, it's a huge disappointment. And this is supposed to be the special edition, but they're adding like nubuck. You know, just in my personal opinion, I don't like that, you know? So the only reason I feel like you would like this shoe is if you want like a really supportive shoe. But again, like, the regular Zion 3 still, I feel like, would be supportive enough for most people, you know? And it's lighter and a lot more like forgiving because of the textile, you know? So yeah, don't get this shoe. Do not get this shoe. And I would suggest just getting the regular Zion 3. So anyways, that about concludes my performance review of the Jordan Zion 3 SE. If you guys do want a cop, I'll try to leave the link in the description box, but I would recommend just getting the regular version. But that about wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.